for the first out of the night. It is everything we expected, and everything, frankly, that Juan Soto expected and hoped for. And it might continue all night. Ball one to Soto.
Oh, it will.
Last year as a Yankee, 41 home runs, a career high, 109 RBIs, 989 OPS, as he and Judge formed quite the 1-2 tandem.
Don't kid yourself. He'll get this reception for the next 15 years in this building.
I think so.
I have heard opposing players booed before. I have never heard anything like this. Now, I know they say that the Yankee fans booed Altuve like this, but this is something else. And Don is behind him 3-0. So if there's a little anxiety on Soto's part, with all these boos raining down on him, he is showing none of that at the plate.
Do you give him a 3-0 hit sign?
Why not?
Yeah, I agree. And wouldn't that be a capper if he launched one?
Said he takes a strike. Well, Soto has had homecomings before. In his first game for the Yankees against the Padres after he was traded, he had a 2-run homer off Yu Darvish. In his first game for the Padres against the Nats, he had 2 hits. And he takes the walk, and the Mets have a 1-out base runner. 34th walk of the year for Soto, who started the night second in the National League behind Marcell Ozuna.
I don't know who was more nervous, Rodon or Soto.
It was Rodon.
Reminded me of...
She'll bring up Soto. Let's listen. Well, there's no way he was expecting flowers.
Well, you know what? Maybe his middle name's Lou because he was tipping his cat to something. Maybe he didn't know anything was getting booed.
Pitch outside to Soto. Soto had a wonderful first season with the Yankees, his only season with the Yankees, and left as a free agent, signing a 15-year deal with the Mets. Two and 0. As we said in the open, he's come on of late, but his numbers at this point in the season nowhere close to what they were last year with the Yankees. The one thing you wonder is how Soto will handle this, and Soto seems throughout his young career to be impervious to pressure. The bigger the moment, he seems like he steps up. Will this make him withdraw? Will it make him even better? Well, we'll watch over the weekend. Fastball in there for strike, 3-1.
You know, it looks so easy. Lindor, strike 1, strike 2, and then a good changeup, and then he was like overthrowing. As a pitcher, I mean, you hear the crowd. You want to probably try to do too much to get an out. Right?
Exactly. And Soto walks. Ball gets away from Wells. He finds it. So 1-out walk to Juan Soto.
A change up there on 0-2. You mentioned the strikeouts for Rodon. There'll be a lot of different pitches for that.
Guess who?
A standing ovation for a boo session. I don't think I've ever seen that. And Soto lifts his helmet to the crowd.
I love it. Juan Soto just saluted the people who were booing him. And he's had a couple of days to contemplate how this was going to feel. Predictably, he downplayed it, but these fans have been waiting to do this ever since Soto signed. And what was it, December? First pitch to him, fastball, and that's outside for ball 1. Juan batting .255 with 8 home runs and 20 runs batted in. He had that thing choreographed probably for months. Here's the 1-0. Fastball low, 1 ball and 1 strike. It's not as though they're really chanting anything discernible. In different quarters of this ballpark, they're chanting different things. But the one constant, of course, is a high decibel booing. And it's continuing all through this plate appearance, probably all weekend. 2-0. Now the pitch. Fastball downstairs, 3 balls and nothing. Of course, Juan Soto's always going to draw a lot of walks. That's nothing new. Soto second in the National League in walks. Peraza, the third baseman, way off the line. And now the 3-0 pitch. Right down the middle for a called strike. When we get a moment, we'll check the Yankees defensive alignment, brought to you by Orland and Cohen Orthopedic Group. Experiencing orthopedic pain, they've got specialists for that. 3-1. Here's the pitch. Low outside, ball 4. Ricochets off the glove of the catcher, Austin Wells. And Soto hustles down to first with a 1-out walk. And the serenade continues.
Yeah, it looked like they didn't want him to hit, and then they were booing, and then Rodon threw a strike, and they were still kind of booing. I don't know what this stadium wanted to see there, but the boos, I think, will just be unrelenting over the next 3 days.
No, he's got such a good arm, Peraza, that you don't.
And here we go.
Here we go. Well, this entire place is standing and booing. Soto just said hello to Austin Wells. He's stepping. Oh, good for you.
Tipping his helmet. Good for him.
He just turned around, tipped his helmet to the crowd.
Nodding to Rodon and some of the other guys. Juan Soto, 255, 8 homers, 20 runs batted in with 9 doubles. Spread stance up on that front right foot. Here's the first pitch. Fastball missed outside, ball 1. New York Rivalry Weekend presented by All Electric Jeep Wagoneer S-Step. So step up to the plate with confidence with Jeep brand's newest MVP, the all-electric Jeep Wagoneer. Here's the 1-0 from Rodon to Soto. This place is magical. Next pitch, fastball down and in for ball 2, 2-0.
Well, our buddies in the bleacher creatures, they're all standing. They're making a little bit of noise.
Boy, cat calls by
There's
the
one sign,
millions.
Juan who.
What a buzz at the stadium on a fabulous New York sports weekend. Here's the 2-0. The boos getting louder. Rodon taking his time. And here's the 2-0 pitch. Fastball missed down low. Boy, I tell you what, I didn't think he'd see a fastball first AB. It's 3-0 as Rodon checks the scoreboard.
Well, Rodon also knows he's not going to swing at a ball that's not a strike. He does not. So the fastball was down low.
Soto has exquisite knowledge of the strike zone. 3-0 pitch. Breaking ball for strike. 3-1. All right, here's a big pitch right now. 3-1 to Soto, just underway, 1 down here in the first. Mets have won 6 of 9. Yankees coming off a 4-2 West Coast trip. 2 teams in first place. Rodon winds a 3-1, and it's outside, gets away from Wells. Ball 4.
Well, and that's what Soto does. That's what he does. If you don't throw him a strike, he's not going to swing. He just isn't. He will take his walks and leave it for people.